I have so much stuff to grease, and I've wanted one of these Milwaukee grease guns for a long time. And finally, last week, Tool Nut had a really great sale on them, lowest price I've seen. So I decided to grab one. And this is a tool only that I bought because I have plenty of the Milwaukee batteries around now. And you can see it, it's pretty nice looking. Take the cartridge out, and it really surprised me when I looked in there that they had put some kind of grease in there for, I guess, testing the pump or something, and they never cleaned it out. The end of that cartridge is full of it, and the gun in there is full of it. That really sucks because with greases, not all greases are compatible, so you have to be real careful about mixing them and stuff like that. And, otherwise the gun looks good and should work good. Now I use this Mystic JT6 for everything. It seems to be a good, compromise. I've used it for about 10 years now and never had a bearing failure, so I'll stick with it. And you can get it, most local stores. So let's just load this up. Now the first thing I've got to do is try to get all that, whatever the heck it is that they put in there, out of there, just because, like I said, mixing greases can cause some major issues if you don't know that they're compatible. So I'm going to just spend some time cleaning up this mess. Looks like they must have just added some grease in there to test the pump and left it in there. Would have been nice if they just had some kind of a adapter where they could have done that without filling it up with stuff. It's all down there in that threaded area too, where the cartridge goes in. What a mess I didn't expect, but guess that's what manufacturers do these days to cut costs. So a couple chunks of paper towel later and grease all over the place, and I got it cleaned out really pretty good enough to load, I figure. Then I'll pump some stuff through it to flush. So there you can see I got no muscles left, and trying to do stuff like this really is a pain in the neck, but I got it. You just have to pull that spring back, and oh god, there's grease all over everything. And then slide the new cartridge in there. Yeah, it's all on the back of that shaft and everything, so apparently they lubed this up good with whatever it was. But anyhow, let's throw the cartridge in there. So you can see how easy they slide right in there, and then you just pop the top and you're loaded and ready to go. Now you can buy a clear tube, I think, that you can load with your own grease if you want to, but that's a little bit messy if you don't have a big pump and stuff to do it. Get some more of that grease out of there. And then I'm just going to screw that in there and not really put it tight. Just leave it a quarter of a turn backed off there. Let that out, and hopefully, there we go. Hopefully that'll let the air out to prime it. Most grease guns you have to prime, so you can expect that. And then let's try this thing, see how it is. Nothing yet, just still air in there, I guess. Sounds like a drill running though when you pull the trigger on it. And I'll show you in a second, it's got the adapter. So I'm just going to loosen that tube up a little bit, a couple seconds. You don't want to leave it open too long because it'll leak out. And then tighten it back up, and hopefully the air is out by now. And I can feel the pump starting to pump now, so definitely out. And there's that brown stuff that they put in there. You can see it's nasty stuff, so I got to work on pumping that out before I do anything. What a mess that grease they leave in there makes. Anyhow, I got it all out, and this gun actually has two speed settings on it. It's got a fast pump with low pressure and a slower pump with high pressure. And then it's got a little knob on the side there that you turn. You see that one with the numbers here. That actually adjusts, like, it's kind of equivalent to the number of pumps with a handgun. the one would be one pump, and two would be two pumps, so you can limit the amount of grease so you don't blow out seals and stuff like that. And there you can see, you just pull the trigger, it shuts off with one pump, or if you set it for two, it's two pumps equivalent. And that seems to be pretty consistent, so that's a good thing. I was a little worried about overfilling fittings with this, so you can put it on the continuous pump setting too, but I'll probably never use that one. So everything seems to work good. It looks like I got most of that brown stuff out of there now, all cleaned up. And one thing I'm going to say is I don't like the couplings that come on these guns. So I'm going to remove it, and I will tell you, either I'm getting weak or they put that thing on there with Loctite. I've never had a grease coupler that was that hard to get off. Oh my God. I just fought with this. Only a little 1/8 inch NPT fitting. Usually you just crack them and they screw right off, but not this one. It's on there good. Could be something in the way they cut the threads or something, but eventually I do, I do get it loose. But still, I just wanted to show you that. Plan on putting some force into getting this out if you want to replace the tip. Now I am going with, I'll show you in a second, one of the those lock and lube type ends. I actually bought a cheaper one off Amazon because I wanted a two finger grip, not the one finger grip. I don't like that. It's too much pressure on one finger, the way my hands are feeling. So, just about got it now. Don't worry, it won't be much longer. But having a lock-on tip there is a good idea, I think, because I've had a lot of trouble with actually ripping out Kubota grease fittings and stuff trying to get the old ones off. So there you can see it. This one's got a double-sided spring-loaded pullback. Now it's not that long. That's the only fault with it, but it was only like $15 compared to $40 for the lock and lube one too. But you can see with two hands, it's really easy to operate and takes a lot less force than that. Just pushing with one finger. It's almost like just gripping onto something and squeezing it. So I'll just throw this on here and I'll try it. I don't know how good it is. They did have pretty good ratings on Amazon, and I'll show you. I'll show you how it works in a second. But I do like it so far. No leaks, no nothing. Locks right on, comes right off, and really is easy for me to use. And the only thing I would like if it was a little bit longer in the front there, but it's not. Okay, so got that on there, and same thing, just squirt some grease out and make sure it's working. No leaks or anything, so that looks good. And it looks like I do have all the old stuff, that packing grease, purged out. So let's see, I just got done mowing down in the back with my Kubota BX, and I'm just going to grease up the deck. I'll grease that about, I'll put 2 pumps in about every second or third use of it. And I mean, it's got almost 1,000 hours on it with original spindle, so that's really good. And there's 3 fittings on it. That one down underneath there on the side of the gearbox is really hard to get with a grease gun, to get it angled right and be able to pump it and stuff. So this does definitely make it easier, and the hose is really nice. I'm wondering if 4 foot would be too long, but lets you set the gun up out of the way and just mess with the weight of the hose and the fittings. You don't have to mess with the whole weight of the gun. And, I just saw there's a little flashlight on the front of it. So again, this is the last fitting on the BX here. I just wanted to try it and see how that lock-on fitting, that lock-on end worked, and really works good. No leaks, no nothing. I'm happy with it. Hopefully it lasts. I don't know. I know Lock and Lube does sell rebuild kits, but they actually cost more than this whole coupler costs. And let's go down and hit a couple fittings on the John Deere and make sure it locks on those grease fittings. And the loader, this thing's got like a dozen grease fittings on it. You have to hit all the time. And then I got that little trencher, and then I've got the sawmill, and then I've got, all the mowers, and trailer wheels, and it's just amazing how many grease fittings and how much grease you go through in a year trying to maintain things. And this really will make it easier wherever it fits in. I do have a couple fittings I'm still going to need the handgun for probably, but kind of tough with the loader down. Usually I'll put it up, but I'm just trying to make sure it fits all the grease fittings good. And again, no problem whatsoever. It's really nice not having to mess with the whole gun. Just clip it on, leave it, pump it, pop it off. So I'm going to say this definitely is a winner in my book. Don't know how long it'll last, but like I said, I've been wanting one for quite some time now, just because of the amount of greasing I have to do. And here it is again. I'll just show you. This is a Kubota fitting on that new mower. I'm not going to put any grease in yet because it's not ready for it, but you can see that thing is so easy to just grab and squeeze. You don't have to use one finger or anything and pull it off. So, and it does fit in the original holder, so I'm happy with it. And it looks like it's going to be a great addition to the shop. And if you use the Milwaukee M18, you've got batteries and stuff, so it's not too expensive if you can get the bare tool and get it on sale like I did. I can't believe the tool nut, what they had it for. And then there's this one little gizmo I just saw in there. You flip out, and it looks like you could hang it on a hook from that thing or something. I don't know what it's for, but looks like it'd be good for hanging it on something. And again, it's 2 speeds. It's got the adjustable thing there for the number of pumps. And it's got a nice little flashlight on the front if you're working in the dark. So that's really kind of a well thought out item, I think. Only trouble was I didn't like how they, put the grease in it, but. And there's one of my old ones. I've got like 6 of these handguns laying around, and most of them leak. So I'm getting ready to get rid of them anyway. And this looks like it's going to be a great replacement. And I don't know if you can read this, but a lot of features on it and stuff. And it's been around for a while, and it's gotten good reviews. So I think it'll work out good in the long run. So I just wanted to show you basically the amount of mess you get into with that grease that they load it with. I wasn't going to make a video, but I decided after seeing that to put one together. And I'll put a link to this coupler if you're interested. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.